how does the background look? Okay, not too bad. We have a light going on. We have Mr. Sun going crazy. Natural lighting is always my favorite. Okay, pretty happy about it. This one email changed my life. No exaggerations at all. It is the reason why I'm in Japan. It is the reason why I get to live in this cool apartment. It is also one of the reasons why I get to drive a cool car every single day. Now in this video, I want to take you guys through half of my day whilst explaining how I got the job, how I'm living in Japan right now, and how this one email changed everything for me. Now I didn't wake up at 2 p.m. because that will get me fired. We already finished most of our work this morning. I already picked up my boss James from a glass repair shop because he took one of the cars in for service trying to fix the trims of the glass of one of his cars. And he decided to take the rest of the day off. I only have one more task to accomplish before the end of today. So no rush at all. And as you can see, my apartment is slowly being filled with furniture. I've been trying to furnish my apartment for the past month, so it's been a long and slow process, but I think it's pretty worth it. I'm pretty into looking at interior design and even indoor plants for the past couple of weeks. So if you guys have any suggestions about indoor plants, or if you have any knowledge about indoor plants, please let me know. I would love to fill in some space with a few plants here and there, but I'm just not sure which plants to get. I also got a sofa. That means that I don't have to sleep on the floor anymore. Huge upgrades. I've also gotten a few friends to keep me company. Miffy is always here being cute as usual. But yeah, it's been a very slow process furnishing everything up. But so far I am more than happy about it. It feels more and more like home, a place that I can call home. God damn it, the sun keeps ruining my exposure. Please. Yes, is it good? Okay, hopefully I can give you guys a full apartment tour next video or the next video, but we'll see. I'm very happy with how this apartment is turning out to be. Anyways, without further ado, let's head back to the office.
Used to be strangers with a girl that I liked when back in the days when my heart couldn't be in control. Took a chance thinking nothing gon' happen and whoa. Couple years have gone by but we still on the low. I could take a plane now I would. I reminisce the times when we could. I was never misunderstood. Still kept my promise. I told you once I arrived, no more crying alone tonight. I'll be there.
One email. That's all it took to change everything. From being a teaching assistant back in Hong Kong to now landing my first full-time job in Japan, this one email literally brought me everything that I have. I really have a thing with emails. I emailed my professor back for my study abroad. And last year I emailed my potential boss for opportunities and chances. And those opportunities sort of transcended into something a little bit bigger than what I could have possibly imagined. I don't know, maybe after this video, you also want to send out that risky text or risky email to your future, if that makes any sense. My boss left this for me on the table. I think he's trying to say something. So it has been exactly 1 year since I graduated from university in Hong Kong. My days for that year was filled with private tutoring, and if you know, I was a part-time teaching assistant back at my home university. If you have seen that video, thanks. If you haven't, don't. But it was a very, very interesting experience. I always wanted to be a teacher, specifically an English teacher. So having that experience to be a teaching assistant at university, teaching linguistics, is more than interesting for me. However, the contract for my teaching assistant job was by semester, so I wouldn't know whether I will have a job the next semester until maybe a few weeks or even a month before the next semester starts. So none of it really felt like a solid or a long-term career path for me, but it's kept me going. I wasn't really sure what I wanted. I got rejected for my master's application, and if it wasn't for my friend who couldn't take up the job because he had to do master's overseas, I wouldn't even have gotten the job as a part-time teaching assistant. But I always wanted to try something new to keep me inspired. I knew 4 things that I liked. I liked filming, I loved photography, I loved teaching, and I love cars. Men are simple creatures. While I was trying to figure out life, one thing that kept me grounded was trying to invest time into things that I still enjoy whilst trying to pick up new skills. And if you want to invest in yourself, I highly recommend checking out the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives with classes taught by industry experts from all areas like creative media, productivity, and even languages. I'm currently taking basic Japanese grammar with Matsusama and Japanese for Beginners by Andy Watabe. Knowing that I need to use Japanese every single day and being a completely newbie to the language, both are super intuitive for me to get comfortable with the basic Japanese vocabularies and grammar. Whether it's a creative passion or a skill that you want to grow, Skillshare will have a class for everyone. And this month they're celebrating gratitude, so we can all appreciate our creative journey. So if you're someone who wants to explore their creative potential, the first 500 people to use my link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. And now I have to go to the airport to pick up our customer.
Just as sure as the stars in the sky.
That's the first thing you think. Like unspoken rules. Yeah, you can see that.
Not just for the meanwhile, for a long, long time.
Card is in the car.
Better believe
at least for this particular 86. So around September last year, I found a small YouTuber filming with James. He didn't even mention the car rental shop, but in the background, I saw a sign. It is this exact sign. This exact sign was in the video for 2 frames, and it led me down a rabbit hole of geoguessing and in-depth research, aka Google. I can't even show you guys the video because it has been unlisted right now. So if I was a few months late, I would have never ever found this place. I also found a contact email, and this is what I wrote. This is not just any email, this is the email. This is the email that changed my life forever. Now it is in Chinese, and I'll try my best to translate into English. So sorry, my English not the goodest. You know what I'm trying to say. So I wrote, "Dear NRT Rent a Car, my name is Kyo. I'm a university student from Hong Kong. I'm also a small YouTube creator, and I always loved the idea of driving in Japan and also the car culture in Japan. That's why I wrote this email, and I believe that we can build a long-lasting and valuable relationship together." Now it sounds a little bit cringe, maybe it's because of my translation, but if you understand Chinese, maybe it makes a bit more sense to read it in Chinese. But because I know James is from Hong Kong, I know that writing in Chinese would also make more sense for him to read. And then I wrote, "For the past 4 years, I have accumulated quite a few editing and filming experiences, and I built up a channel to more than 250,000 subscribers worldwide." Trying to showcase myself, also included a screenshot and also my channel. So it's like showcasing my portfolio in one email. You gotta make that first impression, you know, because as they say, first impressions last a lifetime. I don't know how this email transcribes into a first impression. Maybe I can ask James like tomorrow or something, but I'm trying to present myself in a very professional manner, it might still be completely dog water. But I tried. And then I wrote, since my study abroad in Japan, I have grown even bigger of an interest towards Japan, Japanese culture, and especially the car culture. And a few months after my exchange, I finished making a video about driving a sports car in Japan with my friend Lewis. That was my first ever experience having a road trip in Japan in a sports car. And because I know that James runs a sports car based car rental shop, I feel like it would be right up his street. So again, trying to present myself in a professional manner. Then I wrote, if it's possible to do some sort of a collaboration together, I will be more than happy to, and feel free to reach out to me back if anything comes up. And that was basically the email in a nutshell. It's not too long, it's not too short. That's what she said. I mean, the email is very concise and it keeps everything sort of simple, and also just want to get the idea across while being professional. Can't just write an email saying, hey yo, what's up James, my name Kyo. I do video, you want to collab, you down? I'm down. I come back to this email every now and then just to reminisce on the fact that I sent the email in the first place and how this email transcribed into what it is today. But can you feel the sincereness? It was a shot in the dark, really. And it's getting dark. It's like sending a risky text to your crush. You know, you're trying to think so hard whether to press enter or not. But at that moment, I was like, yeah, there's nothing to lose anyways. The worst thing that James can say is no, or I don't get a reply, which is nothing on my end. Same thing with your crush, eh? You can send a text, the worst thing that she can say is no. Maybe sometimes a little bit more worse. But I don't know, don't quote me on that. And now I have to go to Family Mart to pay off my electricity, gas, and water bills. Now, to my surprise, James responded to my email literally 2 hours after I sent it out. I even timed it perfectly, thinking that, okay, I sent the email at around 7. It is already off office hours, according to their website. So it would be the best if they come back to the office and read it tomorrow morning fresh. But then it turns out James read it on the same night and he replied to me directly. This is what he said in the reply, and I'm quoting. Cut to the chase. We want you to join our track day. We can provide a car for you entirely for free. Do you want to come? Yeah, I mean, what kind of a question is that? And just like that, my ass was heading to Japan. But with no guarantees, I was expecting nothing more than a new connection. It was really a quick visit. It was spending one afternoon together, having dinner, and then it was the event the next day. He was busy hosting the event, and I was busy filming. So we didn't really get to talk much, but I saw that he was very passionate about his business, so I threw out the idea of potentially working for him. So I casually threw out the idea to him, asking if he's going to hire any new staff. And he honestly told me that he wasn't looking to hire, especially he needed Japanese staff to help him with administrative work. So I returned to Hong Kong, again, not expecting much besides a new connection in Japan. But that wasn't the end. I kept reaching out because I thought that these opportunities are very, very difficult to come by, and I don't want it to just be a one-time deal. So what I did was I offered James to help him film and shoot his events in exchange for a car to drive in Japan. I paid for my own hotel, my own travel expenses, just for the experience. And I did that for 7 months. That's why in the beginning of 2024, most of my videos are filmed in Japan. Not that I moved here yet, but every time I finish helping James out, I would ask him, is it okay if I take one of his cars to go for a spin and film my own personal videos? And he's always super supportive about it. So whenever he calls, I'll try to make time just to be in Japan. Getting slightly tired, boys, because it's already 10:48. I have to take this car out for a wash because someone is renting it out tomorrow. And I forgot whether I locked the door or not. And one thing that makes me genuinely happy is that James told me a lot of new customers came through to his shop to rent his car with flags that he has never seen before in his life on the reservation website, because people watched my videos, or because people knew this place because of my videos. Like, I don't even know what to think about it. It is such a cool thing to hear back from. The first thing that came through my mind was, wow, those stupid videos, they actually work. That is just insane. That's one of the best feelings I've ever had, or one of the best feedbacks I've ever had. And after 6 months, after helping him out filming one of the biggest events he's ever hosted at Tsukuba Racetrack, out of the blue he asked, do you want to come and work for me? Officially, get a visa and come to Japan. As you can tell, I was completely stunned. This was the opportunity that I was hoping to get, but never expected to get. And within 3 months, I prepped everything, packed my life into 2 suitcases, and here I am now, starting a brand new chapter of my life. Washing cars, but still, it's a new chapter. And that's the story of how one email completely changed my life. I have to fuel this boy up, and afterwards, I'm heading home, and that should be it for today. I can't believe I'm actually kind of tired. But I hope you guys enjoyed the story regardless. I'm about to head home and call it a day. This email changed my life. What could yours do? 빌딩에 가려진 좁은 회색의 하늘도 핑크빛 물든 바다처럼 예뻐 보여. 아직 할 일들이 산더미처럼 남아있지만